Today, I'm joined by a courageous mother whose little child is living with a life-threatening food and environmental allergy called anaphylaxis. When Ria was traveling and came to visit me, I got a glimpse into the immense planning, constant vigilance, and emotional strength required to keep her daughter safe every single moment, every single day. I was deeply moved and felt compelled to share their journey with all of you. Not through any scripted interviews or perfectly staged shots, but keeping it raw, honest, and real. My humble request, please watch the video till the end, and if it resonates with you, share it within your network. Because somewhere out there, any parent or family may be going through the same struggles, questions, and fear. And perhaps this conversation can offer some answers, comfort, or hope. This is not just a story, it's a reality for many. And awareness can make all the difference. When did you actually discover about this situation of Aura, and like how did you know what food she is allergic to? What were the reactions?
So the first time that I got to know that she has allergies when she was, it was exactly when she was 6 months old.
Okay.
It was, I went to a party and I left my husband with enough food for her, enough milk for her. But then he ran out and he tried to give her formula to get through the day, and that's when she had her first anaphylactic reaction.
Okay.
Her face swelled up, her eyes were really small, and he couldn't understand what's going on. And I was just FaceTiming from that party and I saw her little face swelled up. She was only 6 months old, and I immediately called my pediatrician, and after explaining what's going on, she told me just go to the store, buy some Benadryl, give her this dose. She gave me an amount,
Okay.
and come to my office tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I went to her office next day early in the morning, and she started the process from there. She referred me to an allergist, went through bunch of skin prick tests, bunch of blood tests, and that's the time when we were going through assumption, like she might be allergic to this, she might be allergic to that. So they did a whole IgE panel. IgE is immunoglobulin panel.
Okay.
And then after running through all of that, we found out her IgE response is really high to almost everything that we checked.
Oh.
Oh, it was very shocking for us to find out, because
Okay.
we never really knew about allergies and we never knew about anaphylaxis. Then the doctor walked us through the whole process, the journey,
Okay.
and she kind of helped us through the step-by-step process.
Okay. So this test that was conducted on her, that was with every possible food, they'll kind of check whether she's allergic or not.
Yes. So there are like 60 foods that they check, and it's a block of needle. It's like a small block 2 by 2, and which has needle.
Okay.
And then they will have the food on top of it
Okay.
at the point,
Okay.
and then they will prick your back with that
Oh.
food. And you cannot scratch your skin for at least 20 minutes. You have to really hold still. And then they will mark with each food, they will mark, okay, this is egg, this is nut,
it.
this
Okay.
is milk.
Okay.
And then by the response of your body, they will see how much of hives you develop within the 20 minutes of time.
Okay.
And with that marking, with the measurements, they actually determine, along with the blood test, how severe the anaphylaxis is. It's really painful. It was probably one of the hardest thing that I had to go through with her, holding a 6-month-old baby with her hands tied to my chest, because she was crying in pain, being poked, because it's not only one block, they just go over and over and over and over, and it was her whole back. At one point the nurse was saying the back is small for all the blocks, because they had more blocks, so they had to come back in later. So yes, it was very painful to.
So what did the journey look like after you learned this fact?
So at that stage, I just started reading upon allergy and what it is, what is anaphylaxis, because my doctor would keep telling me to do more research on the topic and to be more and more prepared.
Okay.
And that's when I started reading on it, and that's when I started meeting allergists. Whoever was available closer to me, I would meet them, and I would try to find a solution. But I just hit a rock bottom because there is no solution.
Okay.
And it's just a preventative measure. They do not have any solution. And I could not take no for an answer. So I just started looking everywhere. I started looking and posting in Facebook groups because I was aware that there would be some sort of allergy support group. That's where I found out about NNMG Allergy Families Forum.
Okay.
And that's where I went and I looked that there was a seminar going on with a doctor who invented treatment on food allergy. It's called Tolerance Induction Program. He's based out of California. So without further ado, I just took the first slot available on the seminar.
Okay.
And me and my husband both logged into the seminar, and we understood what is the process, how we came through it. This doctor is based out of California. His name is Dr. Inderpal Randhawa.
Okay.
The name of the institute is SoCal Food Allergy Institute. It's his own institute that he founded because of food allergies, and he invented this tolerance induction program, which puts kids through food freedom. You get complete food freedom. You can eat anything, you can touch anything, be in contact with anything. It's complete freedom. So that was the first step. I got to know about it, and I enrolled my kid right away because I did not have any other solution. This was the first solution that sounded very true and that could really work for us. So that was the first step.
So this was also, I think, on the family's part, more of taking a risk or trying something new and seeing what the results would be?
It was, yes, it was a risk. But when you do not have any other options, you run out of options, you take risk. Because there is no other option. My kid has to live through anaphylaxis, and she was already, I knew by that time she was allergic to over 49 foods, and she was contact sensitive. She is highly anaphylactic, and even if she comes in contact by air, she will have an anaphylactic reaction. So at that time, this seemed like taking the risk was the biggest possible solution for us at that time.
Okay, so that means even if you were cooking something at home and she kind of smells that could be harmful for her.
Yes. So for an instance, she is highly allergic to mustard.
Okay.
And as a Bengali household, we cook in mustard oil all the time. Mustard oil is like the first and primary oil
right?
for
like
us.
Fish or meat, we always
anything
cooking,
from potato fries to mutton curry, everything is cooked in mustard oil. So when I started to cook in mustard oil and she would inhale that air, she would have an asthmatic reaction which will quickly escalate to an allergic reaction, and she will start throwing up. Throwing up is one of the symptoms for anaphylaxis because her body cannot take it, so the immune system will respond in such a way it will throw it out. So that's when I got to know that mustard oil, inhaling mustard oil is also really harmful for her.
So what does meal planning and grocery shopping look like for you? Are there any go-to brands or products which you would refer to, or you usually purchase them?
So the first and foremost important thing about meal planning or feeding your child with food allergies is reading labels. I would not completely recommend just going by labeling. Go call the company. If you have any questions, you can call the company and ask them if they do shared lines, because most of the times FDA regulates in such a way that you are not required to enlist some ingredients that is a shared line, or it's not cross contaminated. It is not required. So it's always best bet is to call the company and ask them. They are very good about it. I have had really good experience in calling any food companies where I had questions about shared line, cross contaminations, or any food allergy related questions. They're really good about it. There are certain brands who are really good. Trader Joe's is a very good shop for food allergies. The nuts, the bread, it's very well labeled. I trust that brand. Then there are some brands like Partake, Enjoy Life, Better Bites. Those are really good brands for sweet treats and ice creams and stuff.
So Ria, what would a typical family mealtime look for you? Do you usually adapt the family's meal to what Aura needs to eat, or do you cook separately for her?
So initially when I started with the food allergy journey, I would always cook separately for her because I was not sure what are the other things that she might be allergic to that we are not aware of yet. So I would always just cook her safe foods separately. But as the journey went on and I got more and more comfortable about knowing on what her allergies are and more confident in the kitchen, I started to cook and all of our family members adapted to the same food. We will not have any food that Aura is allergic to at our home at all. And my daughter, my older daughter, is more advocate about that. She would not eat anything that her sister is allergic to. So yeah,
How old is your older one?
She's 9 years old. And yeah, she's
That's really incredible. I mean, a 9-year-old and being so protective about her younger sister.
She's very protective and very vocal about her sister's allergies and very protective too. Yeah,
I think it's a part of good parenting as well.
We are just grateful.
So how do you handle social events like birthday parties? Aura is really young, so you know she might be getting invitations for her friend birthday parties.
She gets invited to birthday parties all the time. So the first thing I would do is call the parent and ask what kind of food is being served and are there any allergy friendly treats or foods that are being kept, or actually make them aware of Aura's allergy if they don't know already. Most of the time they know that Aura is allergic to certain foods and cannot have, and they are very receptive and very aware of how to manage those allergies most of the times. And I will always have her food prepared and put it in a container and bring it with her so she can eat with her friends in the same table, but she will eat her own food and not touch any other people's food or anything.
So did she ever complain that you're giving her something separate that her other friends are not eating?
Actually, it's quite the opposite. If I tell her, you know, or they're eating pizza, do you want to eat pizza? She will say, I'm allergic to it. I will not eat anything that I'm allergic to. So she would not eat. She will happily eat the food that she can be comfortably eating.
So is it because you have been educating her, or that, you know, because of some of her reactions, she has kind of learned that hard way?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of all of them. She has had a tough journey, and then she also knows that she cannot have so many things. We constantly educate her at home, like what are the things we used to do when she was like 2 years old. We started to educate her more and more about what allergy is and what are the things that she is allergic on, how to react when other people are offering you something to eat, or they're asking you about allergies and anything. And I think with time she got better and better. Yeah, she learned better.
So let's say you're traveling. How do you plan everything?
It's all about planning and grocery planning and meal planning and lot of vacuum seal packs and lot of freezer packs and lot of insulated bags. It's a long process. So we have to plan really ahead and buy the foods and then prepare it and then freeze them in vacuum sealed pack and really mark them and then bring them. If it's a long journey flight, what I would do is I will freeze them at least 24 hours ahead and then put them in an insulated bag and bring them. And then we will always have Airbnb or a hotel room with a kitchenette. It's very important to have a proper fridge, otherwise we cannot keep
the frozen food.
The food will get wasted. So I will keep it refrigerated, and then she's comfortable having the food right
Okay.
then and there, heated up, and she will
okay.
eat it.
So all the vacuum seal, are you doing that at home?
Yeah, there is a
By
machine
yourself?
that you
Oh,
can
okay.
buy from Amazon or Costco
Okay.
with the vacuum sealing,
Okay.
which does a really good job.
Okay. So while traveling, that you are carrying vacuum sealed and frozen food for her. Do you as family also have the same food, or you have different food than what she's having?
No, so we will not. We will. It's not possible to carry four. We are a family of four, so it's not
Okay.
possible to carry food for four people.
Right.
But what we will do is we will mostly order takeout and eat Indian food. My daughter is not that fond of Indian food, so she will not
Okay.
feel excluded. She will
Okay.
be like, I'm all right if they're
Okay.
eating that.
Okay. So have you ever had this incident where you had to go to a restaurant and maybe talk to a chef and they prepared something, that meets her requirements, food
Oh,
requirements?
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Anytime we want to go eat out, there are apps where you can find out about the restaurants which
Oh.
are allergy friendly,
Oh,
and that
okay.
you get to know from different groups, the allergy support
Okay.
groups.
Okay.
And I will find out about the restaurant. There are quite a few restaurants who are very, very allergy friendly. So I will call ahead. I will
Okay.
call the chef. I will talk to him. We have food allergy cards.
Okay.
Both, if we are traveling to a foreign country, there is a translation card, and if we are traveling within America and Canada, we will have an allergy card which will clearly list her allergies and how her food has to be cross contaminant safe,
Okay.
and everything. We will explain it to the chef. They will take it, they will actually, sometimes they will bring me to the kitchen and
Oh.
clean the utensils in front of me.
That's really
And they will
nice.
prepare the food. They will
Okay.
suggest what are the things she can eat. Yeah,
Okay.
people are very, very kind. But yes, it's a journey, and it has to be, we feel there should be more and more restaurants which will label better, which will be more food allergy inclusive.
Okay.
There are only a few at this point,
Okay.
but I'm hoping with time there will be more.
Okay. So, Ria, if there's one thing that you could change about how society is handling food allergies now, what would that be?
Awareness. People need to be more and more aware of what allergy is and what is anaphylaxis. It's a very, very serious condition. It's nothing to be joking about, or it's nothing very trivial. It is life-threatening. People die from it every single day.
Oh.
And awareness is the only thing. It should be taught in schools. There should be more advocacy about food allergies and environmental allergies in classes, in offices, in corporate workshops. And the other thing that I would talk about is labeling. The labeling has to be more and more strict. I feel the labeling is not as strict as it should be to the standard.
Thank you so much, Ria, for sharing all this information with us today. And I'm sure, this reaches, once this message reaches out to the audience, it may help someone. There are a lot of people who are going through this same struggle as you, and probably they are looking for some resources and good information. So Ria has her own Instagram page where she lists Aura's, all allergy situations and the journey, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be linking all of those information right with this video, so that if anyone is looking for any information, they can connect with Ria. Would that be okay?
Yes, absolutely. I would be glad to be part of the service that you're doing. It's really great thing that you're doing. I hope it at least helps the people who has questions about allergies, who has questions about taking the leap of faith about the treatment, if they want to go through it or not. Any questions, I will be happy to answer if they reach out to me. I have an Instagram page for Aura for food freedom. Yes, I will definitely be happy to do that. Thank you for having me, Poulami.
Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. Ria.
Absolutely. My
Thanks.
pleasure.